Okay, so we all have our times as BB Warsers when we're looking at equipment or gear and you're like, all right, I want this. It looks really cool. Let's do a little research ahead of time. So you go on the old interwebs and you look at it, and then you look at all the reviews of other people who got it, and they're like, might not be the best piece. Oh, it might not be here. Wouldn't recommend. And then you're like, wow, damn, it's the only company that makes it or anything. Maybe I shouldn't get it. And then random nights you either get liquid courage, you deep dive into the autism, or you just decide to send it. Yeah, oops, definitely did that. So today's random purchase in the novel gas blowback world that I love to stim on, I got the VFC M110 SASS. So everyone says this thing sucks, doesn't hop up, it eats gas, and doesn't work that well. But I'm gonna find out because I wanted it, and I got it. So let's take a look at it. Okay, here we got it. M110 SASS, modeled after the real deal M1 SASS 76251, designed as a semi-automatic sniper system, thus SASS. All right, introduced in 2008 after a government contract came out saying they wanted to kind of replace the M24, or not replace, but add to the M24 in that designated marksman role and beyond the normal range of the M4s and the 5.56 carbines. They were using the EBRs in Afghanistan and everything, but they realized those are so heavy and front heavy, so they put out the contract to make basically the SR-25 platform, which a lot of the special operations community, you've probably seen it in tons of movies and everything like that, of them using SR-25s, especially special forces. They decided to put the contract out and try and make one that was applicable to regular Army, Marines, you know, pretty much all standard forces rather than just special forces, and thus the M110 was born. Originally fielded in 2008 after the competition in 2007, at least from my research. So VFC, I mean, honestly, come on, this thing's a vibe. It just looks awesome. It feels awesome. I just feel cool having it, but the internet says it sucks, so we're gonna find out and everything. But got it in, it was packaged nice and everything like that. I got this from Red Wolf. It did take a pretty long time to get here. It took about a month and a half to get here and clear customs and everything, but I made it through. So I didn't have an issue with that. Overall, the initial quality of it is what you would expect from VFC. It's a very, very good build quality. Everything, there's not real that much rattle in it. There's a slight little bit of upper wiggle right here. You can get it because I have found that the takedown pins, the detents are very soft. If you know real ARs or even like the VFC M4 ARs, the detents are very, like, you have to almost tap the pins out. You can't just do it by hand. These I found they're very easy to take in and out. So I'm not sure if that is a lightweight spring in the detent there or just what they decided to use, but I have noticed that. I mean, I'm being very, very, very critical here, but it is a slight downfall on it. The Cerakote and coloring is perfect. It's a beautiful flat dark earth and everything. Matches the 110 from my research on it. The markings, they have the Knight's Armament markings in it on one side, the Stoner rifle on the other side with serial number and everything. It looks, the etching that they did on the actual trades on it is amazing. It looks as good as any other VFC quality and everything. Monolithic rail. There's no wobble in the rail. Looking at the top rail and everything, it's perfectly lined up. You know, again, that VFC external quality and everything. However, I did find on mine, on the inside of the upper right here, on one side of it, there's some pitting on the inside. So it almost looks like the casting that was on this had some porous or some air in it. I'll try and get a photo of it for you and pop it up on the old screen here. But I did notice that there's a little bit of pitting on it. So slight, that's definitely, if anybody knows anything about casting, there was air in there, there's an air bubble that didn't get filled in. So that's definitely a defect in it. I don't think it's going to affect use or the overall strength for what I'm going to put it through, but it is something I noticed, just FYI. So I do have it tricked out a little bit here. I just kind of wanted to make it look cool because that's what we do as airsofters, right? We get a new gun and we go, okay, cool, how much crap can I put on it? So, you know, between the optic, pack, vert grip, and everything like that. This is the actual VFC can. It does have a quick detach. Noted when I did get this there was a decent amount of burrs on this little plunger right here that I actually had to file a little bit. So if you're ever thinking about getting this, no, you might have to do a little bit of filing in here to smooth things out. There were some machining marks, and this actually fits on pretty tight, similar to the real one. Excuse me. That this like slides on, and it's a little bit of a press fit, which is nice because it's solid. It doesn't wobble with anything. I don't feel the silencer wobbling or the suppressor like rattling or anything like that. But when I got it, I couldn't get it installed until I filed that down a little bit. So getting back to it, the overall build quality is pretty decent. I'm very happy with the build quality. I'm very happy. It's heavy. She's a good weight. I would say this thing is around 9 or 10 pounds. I actually haven't put it on a scale, but it's a good weight to it. As we know, gas blowback guns are generally a little bit heavier, but I mean, as far as the real deal, it's a little bit lighter than the real one because of the full aluminum construction. But overall, I would give it a solid. I'd give it a solid A- on the aesthetics and the paint aesthetics, how it's put together, and everything externally. But what we care about generally, besides for the looks and everything like that, is how it shoots and how it goes. All right. So the biggest complaint that I have seen on the old interwebs is its ability to hop BBs, because the HopUp system in this is very unique. I'm liking it so far. The adjustment to adjust a HopUp on this is actually like if anyone has any of the gas 416s and 417s. There is a hex head right in the gas block here, and you twist that. That basically extends a rod in here. It's the gas tube rod, and then it basically is just a wedge on another wedge. As it pushes forward, it pushes that wedge up, which pushes pressure down in a HopUp. You can top that out pretty easily, and I have found shooting here, I haven't like brought this out in the field and played with it yet, but I have a decent range in my yard right here, that I'll hop 3 2s and that's about it. And 3 2s, it's not, you don't get that over hop and down. It's that kind of flat hop trajectory. I will say my TM MWS right now outranges this. Not necessarily in FPS wise, but at 1.5 joules, my MWS is outranging this right here. However, I have not gotten into the HopUp on this yet. I haven't taken it apart yet, because in order to get in a HopUp, you do need a special tool to get in here. I've seen other things online that you can basically just take a punch and a hammer and take the inner ring off of this, which takes the front end off and allows you access to the HopUp. I just haven't been brave enough to chisel and hammer my brand new gun yet. So I'm attempting to find a tool first. I'm going to give that a few more times, and then if I can't, I'll probably make something. But that is the biggest complaint that I've heard. However, if you're using 3 2s or anything below that with the stock bucking and this HopUp system with the HopUp pretty much topped off, it does give it a good amount of distance. Definitely fieldable and playable. Not necessarily if you're looking for hey, using this as a medium range or designated marksman above, you know, like most fields are what, about 400 with 2.5s-ish, everything. Put it in that DM roll. It won't have the accuracy as compared to the M4s. It'll shoot faster, but it won't have that long range accuracy, at least out of the box. You know, I'm sure with a bucking replacement and a little tweaking in the HopUp, it definitely increase the range. I know the bucking I got on my VFC, my M4, my 723, barely hopped 2/8. So if it's, I'm assuming it's the same bucking, the rubber material, it just doesn't have enough friction to put a backspin on a heavier BB than a 3.2. But I'm gonna drop a 4 UAD bucking into it, like I do all my other ones and everything, and we'll see what happens with that. But we're talking about out of the box. Sorry, out of the box consistency and performance here. So the only other thing I have definitely found that I would say is it's definitely very prevalent in this is magazine cooldown. I don't know if it's because of the thickness of the magazines or the amount of gas that goes in here. These are 20 round mags. The gas efficiency is pretty good on it. However, it cools down like that. It cools down super fast. Like if you do about 10 shots sequentially, it's already starting to really sluggish down. So I have found I can do like about 1 shot a second right there instead of that rapid firing, and that keeps the magazine warm enough to get a full mag out of it at a consistent velocity and consistent cycling. But if you start really ripping on it, you just feel that magazine cool down. I did a test where I just ripped the whole magazine, all 20 rounds and everything like that. The magazine started at 63 degrees Fahrenheit and ended at 37. So that's how much cooldown I got after 20 rounds, and that was standard propane. I have been playing with it in my yard with MAP gas, or red gas from the Recoil 3.0, and it behaves much better. It doesn't cool down as bad. You'll hear it start to slow down ever so slightly towards the end of the mag, especially if you're ripping on it. But definitely this isn't going to be a gun where you can just take the magazine out, put BBs into it, and keep firing it without wetting them warm up. It's going to be changing magazines. So, did find cooldown definitely an issue with this. Again, I don't know the root cause of that. I think it might just be the amount of liquid gas changing from going liquid to gaseous state in here. That's what causes cooldown. It's just that there's so much gas in here. It's radiating that temperature out and just cooling down very fast. So it's just going to be a technique that if you do purchase this and want to run it, you're going to have to like pay attention to the your amount and rate of fire here. So, but again, it's supposed to be a designated marksman rifle. You're not going to be pretty much trying to provide suppression with it. Now I got this, like I said, I got this from Red Wolf, and I did through a little bit of research. I noticed when I first got it, rip a few mags through it, and I noticed she was shooting about like 280 with 3.2s, 280 FPS, so around that 1.4, 1.5 joules. Then I threw red gas into it, and I got it up to like 290. So like 1.5, I think it was 1.51, 1.54 joules. So I'm like, I mean, it's alright. It's kind of hoping for a little more, but I found out that they make two versions of the bolt of this. They make a export version and they make an Asian version. I got the Asian version, which is supposed to be using duster gas and under 1 joule. So in the tip, the nozzle of the bolt on this, there was actually a reducer. There's an aluminum sleeve inside of it that was a reducer. Okay, I'll put a little photo up for you. That was very easily disassemble the bolt, little punch, pop that right out. Now this thing's ripping. All right, I'm getting about anywhere between, with MAP gas, I'm getting 360 with 3.2s. Green gas right now, we had a couple warm days here. It was about 68 degrees Fahrenheit out. I was getting around 310 with 3.2s. But again, that's still a little chilly for green gas or propane. So even with the MAP, so right now it was 1.9 joules, and then I got up to 2.1 joules, which is generally over field limits. But luckily, the way this is designed, that it does take all these standard VFC M passes. So I got an M pass on the way from Dyntech. So I'll be able to kind of fine tune that a little bit and close the shuttle valve a little bit, try and maintain that nice like 1.8 joules and everything to make it field legal for everything around here, or bring it up if I do want to use it as a strictly DM rifle. So out of the box, it's beautiful, but definitely I would not recommend this to someone that doesn't like to tinker or upgrade their guns. If you're looking to get something that just like, hey, take it out of the box, put gas in it, go play with it, you're probably not going to be too happy with it, unless you want to use this as just a big assault rifle that you're not really reaching out beyond standard AEG or entry-level gas gun range, especially that HopUp issue, or understanding that cooldown issue. Because if you're looking to like use this as an assault rifle or anything more than a slower cyclic rate, the cooldown issue I can see being a very, very, very difficult for someone who's not experienced with gas guns or anything. So I mean, I'm not going to say not recommend it, because I'm already in love with this thing. Even from playing with it outside, the feel of it, the recoil of it. I don't have a gun that hits harder recoiling. This thing feels like you're shooting a real 7.62, at least for me. The recoil, the sound of it, the chunkiness of it. It feels amazing. It's a very good vibe. It matches some of my kits perfectly. Like, for having a 110, it is an amazing piece, but just know that you are going to have to tinker with it to get it on par to shoot as well as it looks. You're definitely going to have to kind of dive into the pieces a little bit and do some modifications and everything. There's a couple other videos out there if you basically search VFC M110 that people have added material to the HopUp, those wedges on the inside of it. I know 2 of those videos are the version 1 of this. This did have like a mid production run revamp and everything, and if you look on the bolt it'll say if it's a V1 or a V2. I did get a V2, so I think that's why like some of these older ones, like they won't even hop 2.5s. It was having a very hard time. They've since redesigned it a little bit and then fixed a bolt issue. There's a little notch in the head of the bolt that where the HopUp was going, it was protruding into the bolt in here right there, and it was matching the front of the bolt, so it wasn't getting a good seat against the HopUp. My bolt has a little notch already machined out of it, so I definitely have a V2 of it. So if you ever do get one of these or you get one secondhand, definitely take a look at the head of your bolt right by the star chamber. It should have a little notch cut out in the top of it to allow for that arm. When that arm's all the way back, it protrudes just ever so slightly forward. If you don't have that notch, you're gonna have to Dremel it in, because otherwise the bolt doesn't seat against the HopUp, so you lose a lot of gas. So that's why you might be noticing if you have low FPS or inconsistent FPS, that would be a reason why, at least from my research and what I've seen. But again, to restate, it's absolutely a vibe. I'm very happy that I did get it. It ain't exactly the cheapest gun, or not gun, sorry, don't yell at me, YouTube. Replica. not the cheapest, but again, if you're into gas guns and everything, it's cool. It's a vibe. I'm very, very happy that I got it and everything. Again, it is, I can't get over how solid feeling it is, really. I do love my MWSs, far as being a BB Wars gap, being able to play as hard as like guys with full custom AEGs or HBA guns and be on par with them. This right now, not so much. It's a little bit more embracing the LARP versus being effective, but I think with modifications and everything, there'll definitely be a follow-up video, and I'll let you guys know. But right now, a little bit more towards the LARP and look versus complete functionality and everything. So, but I know I keep saying it, it's just a vibe. But I'm gonna give you a hint right here, how we're firing everything like that. Like it's a very good, like it's got a good amount of recoil. Like you can really feel that spring. Like it's that's a lot of weight too. You can feel it moving back, and the gas usage. I did test it. Even with the cooldown issue, I was getting about 4 mags. They are 20 round mags, so I was getting 4 mags of BBs into that with MAP before it started really having gassing out. Does have a little weird gassing out issue where it won't cycle fully, and sometimes the bolt just hops a little bit. From what I've read is that if you get a slightly lighter buffer spring, you won't feel the semi won't cycle as fast, but you won't run into that bolt bouncing when low gas pressure, or especially during that cooldown and everything. Like I do this right here, you'll hear the cooldown. So you hear it getting slower, and then see it start doing that little bolt bounce. I just put a little spray of gas in here so far. There wasn't a full mag, but that's what happens when it starts losing pressure, and you can feel that cooldown. So, oh, another thing. Sorry, random. Took me a little while to find this in an obscure Facebook post. The 110 mags are unobtainium. I could not find them on any Asian site anywhere. I couldn't find it. Besides for the one you get, the Scar H VFC mags from Cyma fit and work. So that's a plus, because trying to find a 110 mags are impossible right now. But these are kind of everywhere. I think even Evic had some of these in the States, which is nice. So Scar H mags do fit into the 110. So thank you VFC for like actually making sense that 7.62 mags will fit in a 7.62 weapon. Overall, again, thanks for another watch. I do appreciate all you guys tuning in and embracing my TISM. Again, I just love gas ball backs and the look, the feel, the realistic motion of it and everything. So more to come from this. I'm sure you guys will see more videos on this and everything, because I already love it, but I do want to get this performing as good as some of my MWSs and everything. So more to follow on all that. For anyone that watched the whole video, thank you. If you're thinking about getting this, or if you have any other questions or anything like that, definitely leave me a comment. I'll get back to you. Or if you need pictures or you want any other technical advice or something like that from what I found, please leave a comment. I absolutely will get back to you and everything like that. Again, I love engaging with you guys, and it's always nice when I see comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But other than that, this is the VFC M110 SASS and my initial review of how it came roughly out of the box with no internal modifications. Just pretty things I put on it because, again, we can't leave stuff stock. I mean, who wants a designated marksman rifle without an optic, or without a laser, or without a can, or without a bipod? That don't work, right? We don't do that. We're BB Warsers. We're going to accessorize. That's what we do. But I'm low-key BB Wars. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.